What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, there was a time at the end of last year, 2023, when we were getting a ton of Deadpool and Wolverine plot leaks, and especially during the writers and the actors strikes. Now, as I've remarked, and in the months since then, it seems like most of them were either partially erroneous or just downright false. But on the flip side of that, there have been other sources of information like the behind-the-scenes footage that was leaking out while they were still filming, and the industry insider updates, which, at least up until now, have seemed like they've all been correct, where we were hearing that Deadpool and Wolverine was intended by Marvel Studios to be a major stepping stone towards Avengers Secret Wars, and the plot was going to go a long way in starting to set up that film. Well, today we have a major follow-up and coming from one of the most trusted industry insider sources about a specific plot device that better contextualizes the rest of the multiverse saga as we've seen it so far, as it applies to specifically variants and how they're tied to their specific universes in the multiverse and what it all means for incursions. We're also going to talk about how this new detail applies to characters we've already met in the MCU, as well as characters we haven't, including one major character from the Secret Wars storyline that Marvel Studios may be looking to replace, how that function will differ, and how ultimately this really sets up Doctor Doom. We're breaking it all down, the latest plot details for Deadpool and Wolverine, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is actually tomorrow to coincide with the release of X-Men 97, and then we'll give another one away at the finale next month. So if you want to be entered to win, just be a sub, leave a comment. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. Also, we will be doing watch parties live tonight. We're going to go live at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 Pacific, and I'll see you here live at the channel for X-Men 97. Okay, so this is the latest on Deadpool and Wolverine according to the trusted industry insider source Daniel Rickman, who at this point has a more than proven track record, and you can follow over on Twitter at RPK News. In a major blast a couple of days ago with a ton of new details about projects, he said this, quote, "Deadpool 3 will introduce a new concept to the multiverse of one being in every universe that without them, the universe will die." Now keep in mind, this seems specifically different than say Nexus beings, because at least for now and presumably Scarlet Witch is dead for the time being and the 616 is still intact. Also keep in mind, during the events of Multiverse of Madness and while we were in the 838 universe, Mr. Fantastic seemed pretty specific about the fact that Doctor Strange displacement, or the displacement of people into the wrong universes, is what weakened the boundaries between the two of them, and that ultimately, via the displacement of dreamwalking, is what could lead to incursions. Now, in a complete tangent, we could start talking about who the 616 hero or savior or soul being, whatever you want to refer to them as, could be, and there was actually a rumor around about a year and a half ago that stated that Peter Parker would be something like this concept and for the 616, but I don't want to spend too much time during this video doing that because there's larger implications here about what this would mean, not only changing the rules now of maybe why these incursions are happening in the first place, but also how important specific beings would be and across the multiverse. Now, of course, in the microcosm that is Deadpool and Wolverine, you could see why the TVA may be targeting Deadpool. He may be this being for his universe, and or why Deadpool is trying to find a specific Wolverine or other variants, say like Elektra that we've heard from her Daredevil universe, or any of the other cameos that might come up, because you can explain two things at once: why they're targeting these heroes to make a team and then going up against Cassandra Nova. If they stop her from killing these characters, then they stop her from deleting their universes and everybody wins. But in the greater context of setting up Secret Wars, this is eerily similar to a role that the Molecule Man played. Now, Molecule Man Owen Reese is one of the most OP characters as far as characters go in the comics. His power set is absolutely insane. But it was revealed, and during the Time Runs Out lead up to Avengers Secret Wars, the 2015 Jonathan Hickman run, that Doctor Doom and Owen Reese traveling back in time figured out that Molecule Man's death in a different part of the multiverse is actually what triggered the very first incursion, or basically when they lost Molecule Man, they lost their universes. This theory seems like it's lightly transferring that sort of power or responsibility over to specific characters from each universe. Now, that sort of makes sense for writing. Huge stories need to be adapted for the silver screen, and I could understand why Marvel Studios may take a look at this and be like, look, if we've already got Kang, and then we're introducing maybe Doctor Doom and the Beyonders, which we're going to get into in just a sec, because that's what this theory all hinges on, maybe we don't have room for yet another antagonist like Molecule Man. Now, while I'd argue that the fans are smart enough to understand and follow all this, we were getting new characters in Star Wars all the time, and it wasn't a problem, it just extends the lore. I can also see them wanting to take as many of the core elements from the Secret Wars storylines as possible and transfer them to the marquee characters that'll be making up the Avengers in the better part of the storyline. But what this all comes down to is, even if this power is carried by individuals in the multiverse instead of, say, Molecule Man, Doctor Doom is ultimately trying to harness that, because that's what is going to allow him to take the power of the Beyonders, that power that's split up amongst all these characters. Now, while Molecule Man, again, in the comics, is the conduit for getting the power from the Beyonder to Doctor Doom, and eventually to Reed Richards to restart the whole multiverse, and I want to be clear, I do not think that they're going to transfer the entire power set of, say, Molecule Man to any one of these heroes, or even try to replace that. I think it's just this one small aspect of it. But in the meantime, it could be Doctor Doom's intent to harness the power of all these characters. While in the comics, he started by trying to kill them off one by one, killing all the Molecule Mans, thinking that that might save the multiverse, and by really bad logic, then he decided to just start kidnapping them all in order again to wield the Beyonder's power. And to me, I think this starts to bring into focus why we saw that specific Secret Wars comic book with that specific issue at the end of Deadpool and Wolverine's trailer, because that's Jonathan Hickman's of Secret Wars number 5, which the storyline is everything we just talked about in this video, and no joke. But guys, let me know all your thoughts down below, and I think maybe the more important question now is, A, are they actually going to do Doctor Doom, or is this all just a major misdirect? And B, who in the world is the 616 Savior? Could it be Peter Parker? Could it be Stephen Strange? A different character? I am all ears as always. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright guys, tomorrow will be the next PlayStation giveaway as a kickoff for X-Men 97. We are doing a watch party here tonight. We're going to go live an hour before X-Men 97 starts, around 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 Pacific. So if you're staying up to watch the first 2 episodes, come hang out at the channel. It's going to be an awesome time, I promise. Also, we're giving away a PlayStation tomorrow, and then one for the finale in April. If you want to be entered to win, or for any of the other future giveaways here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the sub button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you liked today's video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman, and you can find me in a couple of places. Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name Allfires. And while I'd sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around, we'll be posting again real soon. And for those of you joining the watch party tonight, I'll see you then. Peace.